Should we believe it? Well, should we? Should we believe all these reports about Vince McMahon and WB Creative and everything? Because in October 2023, there have been new reports regarding this. Is Vince McMahon finally stepping away from WB Creative and letting Triple H take over the ball? Well, in this video, I'm going to break down what you exactly need to know. Because when Vince McMahon was forced out of the company in the summer of 2022, Triple H took over main roster creative. Stephanie McMahon and Nick Khan were co-CEOs, and everything was going great. And then last December, Vince McMahon decided that he was going to force his way back into the company in which he started. And then that led to his daughter leaving the company, and Triple H stayed in main roster creative leadership in that role, if you will. And then once he decided, okay, I'm coming back, I'm going to be the chairman of the board, and I'm going to oversee a sale of the company, he agreed to be acquired by the Endeavor Group with the idea that he would stay on as the chairman of the board of WBE. And Triple H would stay in main roster creative role. Now, following WrestleMania, Vince McMahon made it very publicly known, hey, I'm still around. He showed up at WrestleMania. He was at the Monday Night Raw event after WrestleMania, running creative, making changes. And since then, we have heard countless reports about how Vince McMahon has made remote changes to WB Creative while Triple H is still in charge. And so then you have reports from Fightful Select and Dave Meltzer and PW Insider noting that now that Endeavor has taken over WB and merged them into a new company, the TKO Holdings Group, with the UFC, Triple H has been, quote-unquote, knighted by the Endeavor officials, executives, however you want to phrase it, and that he has complete main roster creative control. And Vince McMahon will just kind of stay out of his way. Do I believe this? I do. And I think everyone should for now, because we've seen this in the past. Vince McMahon will make changes when Vince McMahon wants to. I find it still odd that Vince McMahon is not running day-to-day creative because that's what he likes to do. But this idea that Triple H is all of a sudden never going to be dealing with issues from Vince McMahon, I don't think is realistic. I think if Vince McMahon wants something changed or wants something done or something implemented onto his program, he's going to do it. Do I think that he's allowing Triple H to book the majority of stuff? Yes. I think that history has proven this. When Triple H is truly involved, you know when Triple H is running his creative and not a hybrid version with Vince McMahon's suggestions or not. I also believe that no matter what, he will always go to Vince McMahon and get some type of advice because he said this in countless interviews in the past. And why wouldn't you? Vince McMahon has been largely seen as one of the greatest creative minds in the wrestling history, in the history of the wrestling business, right? That's fine. But when you have him pushing guys like Bronson Reed and Ciampa and Gargano and Seth Rollins and all these guys, that shows you that Triple H is really running the ship, and Tegan Knox. But then when guys that Triple H has been pushing all of a sudden just disappear from television, that's when you know Vince McMahon's back involved. I don't think this idea of having Vince McMahon involved in WB Creative in the year 2023 is a good idea. I think he should stay very, very far away from WB Creative. I think he's an out-of-touch old man who does not care about nor even second guess other people's opinions, thoughts, or hot takes. I think he does what he wants when he does, and that's it. And he's the one that put himself in hot water with the hush money scandal, and that's the reason that he's being investigated by the FBI. And that's why, they executed a search warrant and everything like that. Triple H is best for business right now. He is best for business over the last year. He's best for business going forward, and it would be a travesty to see him disappear from the main roster creative role that he has rightfully earned, has executed. WWE's business right now, and really over the last year, has been on fire, from television ratings to attendance to interest to Google searches to social media engagement to YouTube views. The man has really captivated the fans' interest and brought the WWE product up to another level. And I don't want to see that end any time soon.